Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Seekers of the Supernatural podcast. I'm your host, Tony Sparrow, along with Dan Rivera, Chris Galoran, and of course, Wade Kirby. Tonight, we have a lot of stuff we want to talk about. It's a call-in show, so you guys can call in and ask any questions you'd like to ask, or a story you'd like to report to us that something has happened to you, or a question. And also, we want to talk tonight about the drone situation that's happening all over the country, especially in New Jersey. We've also had reports in Massachusetts, Maryland, Connecticut now. Now Connecticut
Fairfield
has one. Where?
Fairfield,
Connecticut train station. They had 5 drones. And the part that bothers me the most is that we're not getting information of what it is. You know, and something invades your airspace like that, close to the military bases and things like that. Pretty sensitive, you know. I thought there'd be airspace restrictions around military bases, and the government keeps saying that it's not a foreign adversary and they don't see any harm that's going to be done. How do they know if they don't know what it is? They keep saying they don't know what it is.
And after all this, why hasn't one been shot down?
I know, and one should have been shot. But you know what? We want anybody who's seen a drone or something that they cannot identify recently in the skies to call in if they can and tell us what they saw and their experience with it. This is going to be our last show for the before the new year. Actually, we're going to start again right after the new year. But I think because it's such a festive holiday season, that we like to sing a song for you if we could.
Oh, you want to do that now?
Sure. And Dan, this is Dan's favorite song. Dan's going to actually lead it off because I think he knows the words better than I do.
We're both going to sing this, right?
I'm going to sing the beginning of it with him. Yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
You ready? Okay, buddy. Ready, Dan? Go.
Yes.
Here we go.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Pleno año en felicidad.
Come on, Tony.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Pleno año en felicidad.
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Together now.
Merry Christmas.
Come
I
on,
wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad.
Oh, there's more.
Feliz Navidad.
19 verses.
Feliz Navidad. Pleno año en felicidad.
I don't know French.
Chorus 23.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Wait.
Feliz Navidad.
Wait.
Feliz Navidad. I
Pleno
don't know the
año en
word
felicidad.
Okay, that's that.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All
Merry
right.
Christmas. Happy Friday the 13th.
Oh, by the
Friday
way,
the 13th.
it's almost, if not a full moon.
It is just about.
Oh, is it?
I mean, yeah, I was out there earlier, and I'm like,
Drones, full moon.
I went to the bathroom and I saw full moon.
well, that's a little more.
Kind of cracked in it.
Yeah, but no, seriously, full moon on a Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's Friday the 13th. We're doing
Yeah.
a special episode of Seekers of Supernatural on
Right,
Friday
you
the
care to
13th.
join us when you're not signing autographs for Feliz Navidad.
Listen, you gotta sing it.
No, it was
I grew
good.
up with that.
It was good. You did know all the words.
That's Jose Feliciano's biggest.
I thought he was dead.
No, he's still alive.
I would have sang more, but I don't know French.
He's not French.
He's born in 1945.
What does
Okay.
Navidad mean?
Holidays.
So, what
It
is
must be
Feliz?
happy holidays.
Happy
Happy
holidays?
holidays. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Italian, it's Bon Natale. Bon Natale is Merry Christmas in Italian, and it's Feliz Navidad in Spanish, and it's.
Well, you know, I started my singing career at the age of 8 years old.
Where's the plug?
Yeah, Dan was able to start.
I performed at the Apollo
Yeah,
Theater.
he did.
I think I posted a video earlier on.
Did you get swept off? They sweep you out.
No, I actually I think I was like the hottest hit that they ever had on
Wait,
that
where
stage
did you
over there
sing?
at the
You
Apollo
sang
Theater.
Oh,
Feliz
I
Navidad.
thought you meant
You
Carnegie
think
Hall.
Feliz Navidad.
But I didn't think you practiced.
I
You practiced.
was
You practiced.
probably only like what
You were 8. when
3
you did it.
feet, like 2 inches at the time.
Yeah,
And
you
I
were
didn't
3
grow that much more after that.
He was 3'2". So 3. Let me just say, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
was also on Fantasy Island.
All right, if you let him go on, he will. So
Yeah.
just go ahead, Tony.
Say that again. The plane. Go ahead. Say it. The
What?
plane. The plane.
The plane, the plane. What's wrong,
That's
Chris?
funny.
I'm just.
So, ladies
you
and
guys are
gentlemen, we
too
want
much
to get
tonight.
serious now because
Serious.
it seems like we've all been smoking something, but we're not. We haven't been. Actually, we had Wade's hot chili tacos, which that's why we're in a Spanish mode tonight. or
I'm gonna pay
something.
for that later.
Okay, no.
You did it
No,
on
they were
purpose.
very
No,
good.
I don't.
Yes, you
It's
did.
all
Because you
about
know
the
that I
taste
can't take the
and
spices.
quality of ingredients.
They
No.
were very good, by the way. Those
Thank
tacos.
you.
He had spicy
Just
meat.
a bit.
Here's what he had, ladies and gentlemen. He had spicy meat. He had homemade guacamole.
Oh yeah.
He had chopped tomatoes, shredded cheese,
Red
sour
onions,
cream, red onion,
white
white
onions.
onion. What else did you have?
I think-
Oh, refried beans.
Oh, refried beans, right?
It was very good, and of course the nice tortillas, nice and they were just perfect.
Well, thank you for saying that.
And you know I can't handle that stuff.
Well, no, but it's good.
So-
though. I
It's
know
like
you-
you're-
I
it's
know
like
you
revenge,
I know
like
you
you're gonna be
that.
back.
What's the call-in number?
I
by
know
the
you
way?
like that.
I put it up on the screen. We're gonna take phone calls tonight. So if you guys want to call in, ask some questions, talk about UFOs,
Talk about the drones.
Paranormal.
Friday
Now-
the 13th,
Let me.
Or any holiday hauntings.
Krampus. I know
Let me
nothing
start
about
out-
Yeah,
it.
any holiday hauntings, like anybody experienced during the holidays, something.
Paranormal
that happened
activity
in their house.
does increase in the holidays because it wants to counteract the religious aspect of the holiday.
I want to give a shout out to our biggest fan this year,
Who?
Stephanie Fishbutt Summers.
Who?
Stephanie Fishbutt Summers.
Oh.
She's one of our biggest
She is?
fans out there,
She-
and
Was she on the
we
show Heart to
appreciate
Heart?
her support
Was she on
and
Heart to Heart with,
listening to our
Robert Wagner?
shows. What's that?
Was she on Heart to Heart with Robert Wagner, Suzanne?
Oh, that's Suzanne Summers. I don't know if
That's
she's
Suzanne.
related.
Wait, that's
Oh.
Stephanie Powers. Who's the one you're talking
You
about?
just throw me curveballs. I don't know what you're
What's her
talking
name?
about.
Stephanie who?
Stephanie Fishbutt Summers.
Please, someone call in.
Stephanie
and this
Powers
will be
was an actress.
rectified.
Stephanie Powers was an actress who was on. I'm so old I can remember these things.
No,
She was on The
I-
Girl from Uncle.
There is truth to that
The
name,
girl from
Stephanie
Uncle.
Fishbutt Summers. There is some truth to that name.
Call in
I thought
number
it was
is
Stephanie
203-615-2714. You guys call in and
Talk about
we'll
drones.
take some questions.
Well, I think
Or-
my phone was ringing this whole entire time.
Was
Okay,
it?
answer it.
All right, yeah. If you called in,
Answer it, Dan.
call back again, or call it back. If you call it back,
Do you have volume on it?
you have
No,
one.
I took it off on because it's
You
so
had one job.
aggravating. I know.
See, you too busy
He was so wrapped up in her
celebrating.
Feliz Navidad,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, listen.
That was your moment to
So,
shine.
Tony,
If Jose Feliciano's listening,
Call back again. We're sorry.
Would you call in, please?
Now
Yeah.
we'll hear you when you call.
yeah, we will hear the phone.
Well, I gotta watch. I gotta look at the phone.
You know, does it? We don't have
It doesn't
phones?
vibrate.
Like your
What?
vibrator does at home.
Well, this is a rare show. I don't know.
I don't know.
How
I don't know where it's going. Where it's turning to.
This is getting
Well,
worse and worse.
Tony. Anyways,
All right, so I think a drone. Let me just go into this.
What do you think the
I
drones
think
are?
the drones are one of 3 different things. Now you're gonna laugh at the first one. The first one I was thinking it could be alien craft, but why would they come in drones that have loud noises? Well, because we're familiar with a drone and we're familiar with a drone looks like and sounds like, so it wouldn't scare us away. We wouldn't freak out if they came in a drone like craft.
didn't it just get dark in here?
Yeah.
The light just like went down and on when you started talking about that.
Yeah, it just did.
You saw that,
Like
right?
10 seconds ago.
I didn't notice.
You
it.
didn't
I
notice
didn't
it?
notice it either.
No, I did.
The lights just dimmed on and
It
off.
went down like 8
When I talk about
like-
drones,
I don't know
It
if
could
it's
be
a drone
looking-
or
it was
what's
like
going on.
25 seconds ago.
okay, so the first one, they're aliens. They're coming in drones, so they won't scare us too much. Second thing is they're United States military aircraft on super secret missions. But then the caveat to that is, with all this intense public scrutiny, they would have said something by now. They would have said, you know what, it's us, right? And then the third situation is a foreign adversary like Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, or all together, or somebody like that who's doing surveillance on us to check us out further for whatever reasons. And there's a fourth. A fourth could be some tech nerds that but they have to have a lot of money to have a lot of aircraft. See,
Well,
that's the problem.
And they're like 5 feet by 5 feet.
Oh, they're bigger than that.
Hey, the
That's
guy's
size
got
of
a call coming in.
Call
All right.
coming in. Go ahead.
All right, let's
Welcome to
take-
Secrets of the Supernatural. Who are we speaking with? Yeah.
He's fired.
Hello.
Hello?
One job, Dan.
One job. 1 second. Stay on.
Hey, hang on. We'll get to you. Yeah, because they're like 5 feet by 5 feet. That's not native.
Hello?
Outside some
Yeah.
cars.
There
Yes.
you are.
Hi.
Yeah, who are we speaking with?
Drone survivor
That's
and
Rob.
witness. My name is Rob Stacklitz.
Oh, Rob.
Hey,
What's going on,
Rob. Great
Hey,
to
Rob.
hear from you.
You too, boys.
What happened, Rob? What happened with your drone? What happened?
Look, you know,
You got
I
footage.
get-
Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold on, Rob. Dan's having a problem.
It's always a problem.
Okay, you still there, Rob?
Wait, do you touch anything?
I didn't do anything.
Jesus.
What's that?
Well, wait, there it goes.
Put it back
Wait a
in.
minute. Hold on a second, Rob. I want everybody to hear you. Can you talk, Rob?
to check.
That's good.
Good, Rob. So what's going on?
No, the drone subject is wild. You know, I've had a couple experiences here. Going back to November 12th was my first one. And then just last night we saw crazy stuff in the sky. So what about up there? Are you guys seeing anything?
Tell them that they're at the Fairfield train station. And why would they
we
be
personally
there?
didn't see it, but we heard reports. Fairfield, right near where Dan lives, Fairfield, Connecticut, near the Fairfield Railroad Station. There, so a woman saw 5 drones.
Yeah, I
hovering
read
above.
that today, actually.
I mean, why would they be flying around public, easy access locations versus a
Well-
grocery store? You know,
What do you think it is, Rob?
It's crazy, you know, and the scale is much larger than most people are really talking about, right? We've got airline pilots, you know, that report came out today out in Oregon that are witnessing these things. But it is a confusing situation because when you look at them, like the first ones I saw, they have the nav lights, like kind of to Tony's point, why have nav lights, right? It's weird. Is this misdirection? Is this deception? None of it really feels great, whether it's, you know, if it's a foreign agent, right? Like, then it just shows how vulnerable we are as a nation. I don't think it's hobbyists because the one that I got the photo of back in November is enormous. Like, it's freaking huge.
Like, how big you think it is, Rob? Just a guess. How
Oh, it had to be about 20 feet, 25 feet,
Those
if
are
not
huge.
more.
see, that's
because-
not
big?
neighborhood
Those
kids.
are thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment. You
forget
buy a
it.
regular little handheld drone is like $200 or $300, $400. So
Yeah.
these things are thousands of dollars. It can't be
More than
hobby.
that. I have 9
Not
drones.
that
I used
many
to
of
fly a
them.
lot, right?
Me
So I
too.
understand how this works. Then you have, I used to fly some long range, which I flew on UHF, right? And
Right.
there we're limited to probably like 12, 13 miles. These things are flying hundreds of miles, which would make them autonomous, right?
Right.
Okay,
It's
Rob,
insane.
are they battery operated, you think, with those big motors, big propellers and everything? The battery?
So I had my friend that lives in New York call me last night, and he's a total skeptic on everything. So he called me at like 10:30. He's like, "Dude, I used to make fun of you about, you know, why are all the ghost pictures blurry and Bigfoot pictures are blurry." He had 40 of them over his house last night,
40?
and 40 of them.
No.
Some were small, some were large. Yeah, he sent me the messages his town council is sending out. They're like begging people not to shoot these things down.
Yes.
Why not?
Somewhere in New Jersey, people were taking.
Don't you
Well,
think?
not only that, but the Coast Guard, didn't they like have like 30 drones that flew right over them out in the
yeah.
Atlantic?
There's so many reports now. I mean, but I guess back to your point, right? If it's a foreign agent, you know, and there's that whole theory about the Iranian ship off the, you know, the coast of New Jersey and New York and this mothership thing. Hey, that's scary, right? Because
That's scary, and that's
Yeah.
coming from a senator.
yeah, so why, you know, why so brazen and so bold? I don't think it's hobbyists. There are massive fines for flying in restricted airspace and flying, the way they're flying.
Well, then we had early on in the year with the Chinese balloon that flew across, came through Canada, not Canada, came from through Alaska down to California and across the whole
Montana.
United States before they shot it down in the Atlantic.
My question is this: why didn't they shoot one down just to see what it is? You can't tell me that the military can't shoot down one in a safe area. They keep saying,
Well,
"Oh, what if it hits a house?" Well, Jesus,
so-
what are you
well,
talking
that's
about? They're
part of
over the
the
ocean
problem, right?
too.
I think it's a distraction. What else is going
A
on?
It
distraction.
could be misdirection. Yeah. But
What
still-
else is the government up to?
Well, there's
You know
a lot
what
of
I mean?
there's a lot of weird things that have been happening this week.
We're all looking to the skies. Meanwhile, there's
Okay, hey, Rob.
something else going
Rob,
on.
do you think it could be an alien invasion? Just to
Right. I wish I could say yes to that, right? But it's like, again, I go back to the nav lights. Like, why are we having red and green flashing navigational lights on these aircraft?
right.
That
Well,
part
My other
makes no sense to me.
my other thing was the aliens coming in the guise of man-made aircraft, so
So
we're scared
we
of shit
did
out of
talk
us.
about that today too. So if you go look at Ronnie LeBlanc's page
Mhm.
from Expedition Bigfoot, he's got some crazy good videos, right?
Yeah, I know he's been talking about it a lot.
Yeah, there are some of those, crazy orb-looking things. So the one thing I keep coming back to is, are we working with them, or are other people working with them, and we're working in unison? I don't know. It's fascinating to me, though.
Fascinating to me too. And they keep talking about disclosure. There's going to be open contact with UFOs, with aliens. Maybe this is the beginning to ease us into this whole journey of extraterrestrials out there that's going to make contact with us. Yeah, because if you watch any videos, like on every other video that I see on Facebook, is open contact is coming, is imminent. It's going to happen soon,
Right?
And all this other stuff.
Disclosure.
I wonder if
For
it's
me,
true.
the scariest part is the living human aspect, right? How are people going to react? That's the part that worries me the most right now.
Because we're looking at the stuff daily. Most of America only gets strips of 30 seconds a week on their news. They don't talk about this. They go about their business, their jobs. And if there was, say, tomorrow one landing on the White House lawn, I seriously don't think America is ready for the civilization.
Well, here's the scariest thing, that our government is claiming they don't know
What it is.
But they say not to worry
They
about
lie
it.
to
But
us.
they're saying that, like
They
you
don't know
said,
what it is, but
they're
don't worry
telling
about
us not to worry
But
about
they've
it.
not shot one down, or they don't have one in confiscation to examine, right? So don't
So-
worry
so
about it.
somebody's lying, right? So here's the thing. The government officials are saying, "Oh, it's not a foreign adversary. Don't worry about it." So number one is, if they start out with, "We don't know what it is," then they say, "But it's not a foreign adversary."
Right.
If you don't know what it is, it could be a foreign adversary,
It should-
right? So they're saying stuff that's it's nonsensical and trying to just pacify us. They know I think they know what it is, and they don't want us to know. So that's why I'm leaning towards alien spacecraft, because they don't want us to know it.
Yeah, but with
I
Rob,
That's why they don't want us to shoot it down.
yeah, but what Rob said is valid, because if it is alien technology, I don't think they'd have the navigation lights on it.
Yeah, but I just said they're coming in the guise of a drone, so it wouldn't scare the shit out of us. If it was a spacecraft with 50 or 60 flying saucers, that's gonna we're getting invaded. But if there's just these drones hovering with motors on them, aliens don't use that. There's no sound to a UFO. Oh, that's an American. That's a U.S. That's a human-made thing.
Yeah,
it's not to scare us.
UAP. So, but that was the thing. The enormous. It was either one or two objects. I could not tell, but they worked. They were in lockstep. Like to me, it looked like one giant craft. And I went out on the balcony to have a smoke, and I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell am I looking at? It was these two big orange balls, right? And I'm like, am I seeing a UFO? Like, I can't even believe what I'm looking at.
Did they make noise?
And he films them.
Were they making noise?
Yeah.
but films
It
orange
took
balls.
me a minute. I finally grabbed my phone. I managed to get a photo, and then I ran, because it was moving slow, but not standstill. I ran to the front of the building and nothing. It was gone, right? So I don't know, man. It's really, really interesting. But what Ronnie is saying that he's getting reports on is that our government is sending up jamming signals and they're not working, that our radar isn't picking these things up. But who knows what's real and what's,
Of course.
more misdirection.
Right.
Or wait a minute, or could it be both? Or could there be like, there could be actually UFOs out there, and those drones are ours that are trying to intercept them? What's really going on out there?
Don't know. I'm dying.
I mean, they released all these reports on these UFOs coming out of the ocean, and that was what 3-4 weeks ago, and all of a sudden this is happening.
And cloaking.
Rob, that ones you saw, were they making any noise?
No, none.
None?
And that's what when
They're
I
pretty
asked my
far
friend
away,
Jay,
though, right?
How far away were they, Rob? How far away?
They looked far away, maybe not.
maybe about maybe a half mile.
So you think you would have heard them if they were making a lot of noise like
Oh,
an
you would.
airplane?
I do because like where I am,
Right.
I'm only about 6 miles from Allentown, airport. So I know the flight paths. I watch these planes come in, and I hear them. Right.
I know even small drones are pretty loud.
But these,
I mean, it depends on which way the wind is going and that stuff too. But
I have 9 of them, right? I do. So I know when planes are coming in. I see them like this. This shit was weird, and when you look at something, you just it's just not right. There's something not right.
Not only that, you know what I've noticed too, because I don't live too far from JFK and LaGuardia, and I know their flight patterns that go over to overseas, like to the UK, and they go directly over my house. It's been years I've been watching them. All of a sudden, I'm looking up, and the flight patterns change. Like the planes are not following the same lanes that they were following before. Have you noticed that?
Well, what are you driving at?
Something's going on. I mean, why would you change the flight patterns?
Based on
Have you noticed that, Rob?
I did, because normally for me they come in just north of literally where I live, like across the highway. It's maybe quarter mile. So I watch them come in. It's fun to watch planes, and they don't come that way anymore. Now they're going even further north. So I don't know. I don't understand it.
Now,
but
I'm just wondering, Rob, do you have any connections with any in the Air Force or anything? Do you know anybody in the Air Force? Because I tell you, we need to know. We got to find out.
I have friends that aren't talking about anything. It's weird. And but back to your question about sound, when my friend Jay called me last night, like he was losing his mind. He's like, dude, there are so many. He's like, and the bigger ones, there were small ones and large ones. He said the large one was probably the size of a Ford Bronco, maybe bigger, but also dead silent. And to me, that's the crazy part, right?
The dead silent part.
Yeah, and if you watch any of the videos that are floating around out there, it's hard to tell what's real or not anymore. Like even that blue ball orb thing that landed in Manchester over in England on the tarmac.
Yes, I saw that. Well, okay, go ahead.
What was that? I didn't hear about that
It's the size of a basketball, a little bigger, but it has no. It looks like it's metal. It's got like actual like a design to it. But when it took off, which kind of made me think it was AI, there is no propellers. There's no propulsion. There's no exhaust. It just goes, whoop, and a pilot filmed it on the tarmac.
That's not AI. That's the anti-gravity device.
But I mean,
that's how UFOs. That's how UFOs fly. They're the anti-gravity motors.
Yeah, there was no smoke. There was no.
And there's no smoke. There's none of
vapor. It just went right up out of the sky.
I got a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, that within the next maybe 2 weeks, a month, we're going to know a lot more, and I think it's going to be something that's going to surprise the hell out of us.
You know what I think they should do?
I think it's a.
Well, I want to go ahead. Go ahead.
You know what I think they should do is create a blimp that looks like Wade.
Oh, this is why I was afraid you'd go, Rob. Is it mostly focused in the Northeast, or is it all over the United States?
It's all over. California has it too.
Like Texas and Wyoming.
It's going to get worse. You watch.
Yeah, Oregon is where the pilots were calling in. That video came out today, and they're up at like 20,000 feet, and they're like, these things are corkscrewing. They're flying towards the plane and then shooting back out over the Pacific.
Wow.
So
Well, that can't be a jackass. Drones can't do that, can they?
no, and they're talking about these fast, not drone speed. Like they're saying these things are going incredibly fast. But the ones we're seeing here seem to be really slow and drone-like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here's the thing: if they said they came from a mothership out in the Atlantic, that's got to be in international waters. So if these drones are flying out from that far out to make it to the coastline and into the Midwest, I mean,
and just hovering around, that they have a lot of power. That they have a lot of power to just to go from 12 miles out,
right,
and then hover over somebody's house for 45 minutes or an hour, and come back the next day
and to go back.
And what information are they gathering? What is their goal?
Well, that's the other thing. Right? I talked about that with someone today too. It's like at night, right? At least, hobby grade, right? Yeah, we have FLIR and we have, infrared, but what exactly are they looking at? And, the commercial grade stuff is great, but like, I don't know, we're talking about a literal fortune just in technology. So how, because like Sarah was talking about, maybe this is just a big hoax. I'm like, it's not a hoax.
No,
right?
it's not a hoax.
This would be
it can't be a hoax with that much, with that many witnesses.
The most sophisticated hoax ever in history. So there is something coming. There is big, whatever the news is going to be coming. It's just, what is it?
Okay, I'm gonna go on record right now, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm gonna go on record right now as saying that I'm just deducing this now from all the information that those are alien craft. They're not from America. They're not from the United States. They're not from the world that we live in. They're not from the Earth. Why I'm saying that is not just because of things you said, Rob, and the other reports with the no noise and things. It's also that the federal government keeps saying, "Oh, we don't know what those are." You mean to tell me the military, with all their might and all their technology, keeps saying after 3 or 4 weeks, "Oh, we don't know what they are," and they don't want anybody to shoot them down, not even them.
Not even that, but
that's an alien spacecraft, and they know all about it.
Well, wait a minute, but I'm thinking, could that be our own technology? Could those drones be ours? And this is like our Iron Dome, to the United States. That there's something out there that they're waiting for, and these drones are up there that could detect these, things that are coming in.
That's a possibility, but to me, that's my possibility is more in tune with what's going on, because if it was I
guess eventually we're gonna find out. It's pretty fascinating. It's a little frightening. For me, mass hysteria is worse than whatever might be coming. And look, depending on who you believe or what articles you read, either World War III has already started or it's about to start.
Right.
Well, that's right. There's so much going on right now.
Plus, there's air bases in the UK that are being swarmed by drones. We know, or UFOs, or whatever you want to call them. We know that nuke sites and weapons depots are pretty famously targeted by what we call UFOs.
Right.
Well, the thing I think maybe if they're aliens, maybe they know that we're going to go into World War III without their intervention, because of that asshole Putin keeps threatening nuclear missiles, keeps threatening nuclear attacks with Ukraine, and he keeps saying about, "Oh, here's the 12 cities in the U.S. that we're going to hit if the worst comes to worst." He keeps threatening that, and maybe it's going to happen where they want to launch a nuke, but the aliens are going to stop it. They're going to disable the nukes. Watch, something's going to happen to save the Earth.
Yeah, and look at it that way. I think there's a undercurrent here that we've all missed. They're actually.
Thanks a lot, Wade. Next topic.
No. It's typical, but there is. There's, in other words, if they were going to attack us, it would have already happened. Okay, unless they're going to prepare us for something. That's the last time I make you guys tacos. That's all I have to say.
Thanks a lot, Wade.
No. In other words, I think they're here as far as the nuclear sites and like that. they know that we could blow ourselves up, so they want to take that option away off
Yes,
the
that's
table.
true. That's
So
right.
that's a good thing. And if they were bad, they would have already attacked us.
Yeah, we can assume, right? And look, I'm no UFO expert, right? This just to me,
Why are we
you
taking
know,
your call if
after
you're not an
years and
expert?
years of stories,
We only want
and
experts calling in.
No, and Rob is an expert in so many assets and avenues of the paranormal.
You're such a suck ass.
I know.
What a suck
Enough.
ass.
Oh my God.
Rob sucks. It's
we
all
could-
out
God,
there.
Wipe
What
your
do
nose.
you want to borrow money from Rob?
But so there's my semi-informed opinion on it. As someone that
Well,
was
there you have it.
part of the government, I worked for the government for a little while. I do understand the levels of secrecy that are there, and yeah, like I believe we're being lied to as well.
Of course we are.
Rob,
Yeah.
Rob, before you go, what do you think of that like basketball structure on the airport tarmac that the pilot filmed? What do you think of that?
In Manchester.
It's a crazy video, and you know when I first saw it, it was
Very
only
clear.
while it was on the tarmac. The second part that came out later was it taking off, and if you watch it closely and slowly, you'll see it's almost like it's shedding something, right? It's like twisting. It's either distorting time and space,
That's
or
what
it's
it's-
shedding some kind of weird skin. It's
Yeah.
weird.
That's what it does.
I didn't see it.
That's
I
what it
saw-
does.
I saw that. Yeah,
What?
it was like almost like a beam of light coming out, but it was like I don't know.
No,
what
this
that
is
was.
the physical structure about the size of a globe.
How many
big
people? How
basketball.
many people witnessed it?
A lot. I mean, the pilot even had time to film it from the plane cockpit.
Yeah.
But my point, Rob, one more thing. What do you think that was doing there? What was its purpose, goal? What did it want? Why at the airport?
Aren't you going on a flight in a couple days?
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah. Who knows, right? But I don't know. I couldn't even guess at it other than maybe it wanted to be seen. Maybe I don't know.
You know, and that is something that it could be. They're slowly getting us conditioned.
For what?
I don't know. And
For
I think-
contact. For open
for contact, obviously, communication. But we'll put it this way: 10 years ago, look at the communication we had with the UFOs, and look at it now, especially this month.
Wait, put your abilities to work.
No, I'm saying that it's not a bad. It's not necessarily a bad thing. There's being prepared. There's a preparedness coming, and it's being worked on now. It's being formed.
Should we all put like chastity belts on or something?
I don't understand that, but that's up to you.
I'm already
Um,
wearing one.
I'm wearing one now too.
I'm wearing one.
I'm wearing
All
one.
right,
I've been
you got
wearing one.
one?
I've been wearing one for 20
They don't make them that big.
40, 50 years.
Stop.
So the thing is, I think within a month or two, maybe less, maybe
I
before
think
the end of the
yeah,
year,
2 weeks.
we're
We're
gonna
going to have a better
we're gonna have
answer.
open contact with actual beings that are not from Earth.
And if not that,
And if they're here for a good reason, fine. As long as they're not mad at us, as long as they're not going to take, we're going to take you guys over. If that happens,
Yeah.
then we got problems.
2 weeks, we should have more information.
They're only going to probe the bad ones.
even maybe even Christmas Day when things are calm. That would be that would you may have more information on that one.
You're going to see a lot of
Straight out of
people
a
running,
movie.
holding their ass.
You know,
Right?
the part that
Yeah.
really cracks me up is that nobody shot one down.
Independence Day.
Hey, Rob,
Yeah,
the thing that bothers
New
me,
Jersey's trying. I've seen the videos.
the thing that gets me is how come somebody didn't take it upon themselves to go out and grab like a Remington 700
They have. New
and like
Jersey.
and shoot them down.
There's videos of people trying to shoot them down in New Jersey.
Was it
Well,
missing?
wasn't
They're
there
missing, yeah.
wasn't there like a drone down on the highway in New Jersey? Was that fake?
That
Or-
was supposed. That's a plane, from what I read today. That was not one of these things. But again, who knows what to
Yeah.
believe anymore?
yeah, that was a plane. I heard it was a plane. Yeah,
Right now,
No,
people,
they're saying it's a plane.
right now the people listening to us are saying, these
Right.
these people are droning on and on.
But so there you go, guys. Like that's just. I was sitting here. I'm like, let me call in and talk to the boys for a few.
No.
God.
Thanks for calling in, Rob. You
Thank
brought
you,
some
Rob.
insight to this a little bit, you know?
thanks for your
I don't know how
contribution.
valuable it is, but those are just.
No, it's probably not valuable, but, it
Probably
was
not.
good
No,
conversation.
I think it's valuable.
I think it's valuable.
You think it's valuable?
I do.
I think we're
Well,
all,
Rob, thank you. Wade thinks it was valuable.
we're all in for a
Wait,
bit.
thank you, my friend.
You
Well,
know,
if
not
we get
everyone.
surprised.
You got to remember, not everyone thinks of this stuff every hour like we do.
We're in for a
They're-
big surprise, by the way.
Yeah, they're in their jobs and they're in their daughter's wedding, and they're not thinking. They're not looking up, and that's fine. But we are tuned into all this stuff, so we think about it every hour or day. So in other words,
And
The
I think
whole
about this too.
society
Think
that's
about
not ready.
Think about one more thing. If they did come
Yeah, I
from
mean,
another
I
galaxy,
couldn't even sleep last night after what we saw.
Rob,
I was like,
think-
keep getting up to look out the window. I'm like, what? There's got to be more.
Rob, think
But-
about this for a
Is that
second.
you again?
If they came from what?
Is that you again?
What? No. If they came from another planet or from another galaxy or from another universe, you know how far away that is? Billions and billions and billions of miles away.
Yep.
We don't have a chance.
Well, they're telling
don't-
us they're
we don't
coming
have
from
a-
our oceans.
We don't have a chance against them if
No,
they
we should
have any
all
nefarious
withdraw all our
reasons.
money from the banks and just go
Yeah.
party up for a
If they
couple
have any nefarious intentions at all, we're in big trouble. If they have good intentions, like I'd love it if they'd land on the freaking White House lawn and go, hey, by the way, here's a book for you. Cure for every type of cancer there is. Here you go.
or
Right?
or
Something
Biden,
good.
Biden jumps on the mothership.
I do
Yeah.
think they visited us in the past and saved us from
Yeah.
doom.
It's-
I agree with
And
you
it-
wholeheartedly.
And we started all over again.
And
Was
Rob,
that from the Dave Chappelle show?
no, wait. Before you get
Bibble?
off track,
The
No.
shizzle, my nizzle.
I didn't see
You didn't see that one?
boy, you're spicy tonight.
Hold
Hold on.
That's funny. Biden's, on,
Chris- no, no,
Biden's having a
no.
conference. He
No, no.
wants to introduce the alien.
Chris brings up a good point. I think that definitely this is some kind of preparation consciously.
When you say
physically.
definitely, we don't know. You think it's
Well, no
definitely.
one knows. No one's answer is wrong at this point. But if they're UFOs, why do they make them look like drones and those alternating lights, navigation lights?
What I
and-
say to you like 25 times already, they're coming in the guise of a drone. They're coming in the guise of a man-made thing.
Something we can relate to.
Something not going to scare the heck out of us. If you saw 50 flying saucers not making a sound, spinning around, looking at you, you get
Right.
freaked out, right? A
Okay,
drone,
well,
okay,
okay.
that's a drone. Now, what's he doing here? You know?
It's a good theory.
Okay.
It's a
That
good
is
theory.
possible.
But I just wonder why they pick those locations. Like, what is their goal? Or do they just want to
It's
be
New Jersey.
seen?
It's New Jersey. Come on.
Well, Fairfield, my friend.
Yeah, maybe
Fairfield,
they
Connecticut.
watch the Jersey Shore and
Maybe.
reruns, and they're like, yeah,
Out of
we're
all the
gonna-
states, you got to pick New Jersey.
And Rob, are these seen during the daytime as well?
No.
Correct, or just night?
Mostly night. Mostly at night.
Well, you know, we actually talked about that today too. You know, without the lights, right? Most people, I learned this in the military. You know, most people don't look up when they're walking,
Right.
talking, whatever. They're always looking forward.
Agreed.
So at night, right, when you have the lights, you know, that kind of it will attract you I'm sure they're there during the day. There are videos of them darting around during the day. We're just never looking up. But now it sure appears that everybody's got their eyes to the
I
skies.
think everybody's looking up now. So
Yeah, even when you're driving, you're
Well,
looking
I'm
up.
driving,
even the
looking
ones
around.
that aren't.
I got 14 accidents on the way here. So, but the thing is, it could have to do with the presidency too. You know, somebody just said that
Yeah.
or they are up to no good, always a distraction when they are
Yeah.
conspiring,
It's
or
exactly
they are
what I think.
preparing to
That's-
attack when
that's a
Trump
good-
comes in. That's from my cousin Tony. And
Yeah.
we just said that it's probably could be true. You never know what's
Apple
going on.
doesn't fall from the
Something's
tree.
going on.
It does fall from the tree.
Well, that doesn't fall
Not
far.
It doesn't fall far from the tree.
Right.
That's a good one.
I didn't even hear myself.
All right,
say
Rob, you got to go. All
All right,
Yeah, I
cut-
gotta
cut
run.
weight
I gotta
off.
walk the dog. But you guys have a great night.
right, be
Thanks,
careful
Thanks,
out there.
Thanks for being part of it.
Later, what? I almost called him Wade.
If I get abducted, I'll call you back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or
Right,
take a
thanks.
video if something happens.
Right.
All right.
Any other phone calls? Any other people saw a
All right,
drone?
we're gonna open up the phone line again. Rob took up a lot of our time. Maybe it's
Any
time
other
to
phone
go.
calls coming in?
I don't know. I just hung up with Rob. I couldn't see.
You can't see.
He has one job.
One job is to maintain
So-
the phones.
If you guys have any opinions on what these drones could possibly be, or if you've seen a drone or unidentified flying object or a UAP, or what you saw is really strange, give us a call, send us a comment, do something so we know or not know, so we can get some more information coming into us. I'd like to know if they make any noise. Some people say they're very loud. Rob just said he saw some and made no noise at all.
And look what we're doing. Just because we can't get a straight answer from our government,
We're
you know,
questioning
everybody
everything.
just
We're
coming
just
up
gonna-
with
we're
these
just gonna
theories, you
make up
know.
our own. Beliefs
I
of
think the
what's
government's
going on.
hiding it from us.
I
they
think
know-
it's a
they know
distraction.
exactly what they are.
I
it's
think-
a distraction.
I
too.
think
I
in
don't know.
the-
I agree with you, Tony.
that even if not the government, then all
Person
the
told me.
Army officials and they know Army and Navy.
Yeah,
You mean to tell me the Army and Navy don't know what, and the Air Force don't know about
Of course
more
they
than
do.
we
Of
do?
course they know.
Oh, we got another call coming in.
All right, next call.
All right.
There's a caller there.
Wait a minute, I think I just hung up on them.
One job. One
One
job.
fucking job.
You got
Can't
one job
fucking
is
do
to
that.
That's
to the
the
phone.
second time.
Press
this
the green
broadcast.
button.
Will you stop it? They might have hung up.
I think we got to put Wade in charge of the phone.
They don't hang
No,
up.
no. I got
Okay,
it.
whoever tried to call
No.
us just now, try calling us again.
But I mean, seriously. I mean, is it government? Is it aliens? Or is it both? Or is it an
I
adversary?
think they're in cahoots with the aliens.
I think there's some involvement with aliens aspect to it. The one is helping the other to get a job done.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, here's something nobody mentioned tonight.
Wait a minute. I think I got somebody on here.
Okay.
Oh,
Hello. There's a caller there.
First time with the new phone?
No, it's different. This is
Is it
weird.
working now?
Oh, wait.
Mm.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, what were you going to
It's
say?
a foreign.
Hello? Oh, hey, welcome to Seekers of the Supernatural. Sorry about that. I don't know how to use the phone.
What's
It's all good. I called in a couple weeks ago. I'm Spencer. I called in a couple
Yes,
weeks
Spencer,
ago.
I remember.
what's
How
up?
are you?
What's up, Spence?
Hey, my theory about some of these drones. I'm starting to think they could either be aliens or they could be some sort of demonic entity. I know it sounds weird, but
I saw you
it's
mention
possible.
that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same about the demonic entity, but the only thing that bothers me about a demonic entity, they don't need a spacecraft to come here. They don't
Right.
have to. They don't
That's
have to
a
come
good
into a
point.
housing of a machine, like an angel
That's-
doesn't need to, and a devil doesn't need to. So I'm kind of thinking more alien. But what I was going to say before Dan answered the phone is, if it was a foreign adversary, why would they need 50 drones to come and take pictures? Why 50? Why 40? Look at this. Dan said 30 flew over the Coast Guard. Why a big pack? If a guy wants to, if they want to be secretive a little bit, I'm talking about a foreign adversary, and they want intel. Send one drone here, one drone
Or
here,
one
drone. What
balloon.
is this, 50
One
drones?
balloon. One balloon.
Or one
But
balloon.
what is that?
50? Why do you need 50 of them?
Okay.
That's why I don't think it's a foreign adversary.
Well, I was going to say, what does that tell you?
Well, how many
What-
of these are just fake now?
No,
you know what I mean?
No, I don't
He
think.
just said his buddy saw 40, Rob. 40 of them.
Okay.
And dude, who has that kind of money to play games?
I'm
Wait.
just-
Let's hear Chris out.
I'm just
Go ahead, Chris.
saying how many of these are just fake now and
Yeah, making up
Well,
stuff.
AI and everything.
AI videos and it's just getting all blown out of proportion.
Well, I'm sure there's some of them out there.
Oh,
you
there's
know,
definitely some.
Is Jenna still on the phone?
But there are
So
some that are
yeah.
legit.
Lean
You know, I
forward,
believe
yeah.
that, you know, there's
No,
a lot
there
of them that are legit.
There you go.
So you think it might be demonic, the gentleman on the phone?
Spencer.
Why would you, Spencer, why would you say that?
Well, my dad and I were talking about this. I can't remember where it is in the Bible, but there's something in there that says in the end times or something, there will be things in the sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, something very similar to that. And it's just a theory. I don't know for sure, but we found that very interesting.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I kind of know what you mean. I've read that too about in the Bible,
Yes.
about to come like in chariots and come in all these things in the sky. So yeah, that is definitely a possibility. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, and not to get too political, but we'll never know because Biden's not doing anything.
Well, he's never done anything.
He's never done
No,
anything.
exactly.
He's not going to do
Doesn't do
anything.
anything.
The only thing
Yeah.
Biden can do is pardon.
Let's not go there.
The only thing Biden can do is pardon people. That's about all he can do.
Or sleeping
Exactly.
somewhere.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe.
So how do you really feel about that? Just kidding. Just kidding.
We can't wait for Biden to leave office. That's how I feel about it.
Spencer, we
Or he doesn't want to leave office.
don't.
Uh-huh.
Like if they declare war, you mean?
Well, if they
He's
declare
just not
war,
even there.
You can't change the presidency during wartime.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. See, I don't know. It's scary because we're under weak leadership right now, and anything could happen.
You're right. Anything can happen.
Spencer, that's an interesting thought.
You might be onto something there, especially when Chris said distraction. It's a distraction, and we say, okay, we're at war now, and then so Biden stays in office.
Because World War III could happen at any moment. I've been saying this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you. we're in a dangerous time I think in the history of the world, we're in the most dangerous times ever because people keep throwing around nuclear like it's nothing. One nuclear bomb that we have today hits New York City. New York City would be uninhabitable for 1,000 years. Uninhabitable for 1,000 years. And nobody would be living. 8 million people would be gone. That one bomb. And, we're talking like it's no big deal.
Well,
we let off everything we have. Russia lets off everything they have. It's the end of the world. You know that. It's the end of the earth as we know it.
Well, and here's the thing: we haven't researched like the depths of our sea. Like, I mean, like this is like go back to ancient aliens. I bring it up all the time. And what are they? I mean, these are millions and millions of years that this technology, how old this technology could be, and is it our DNA? Is it part of our DNA?
Yeah, it could be.
Is it our ancestors? With the Nephilim, and I think there's a connection, and that's the lost civilization, the lost technology that we had at some point. I think they destroyed themselves with this technology.
And what I'm wondering,
I mean, like I said, it could be angels, it could be demons, and it's all happening again.
well, why would they use Spencer? I just had a thought that you brought up. Thank you. If this is to bring in World War III, then I don't think any extraterrestrials would be involved. At this point, it would be earthly conceived and executed.
I agree. It could be from some other countries. I totally agree.
Yeah, or it could
That's
be
a possibility.
or it could be the
I
aliens.
just think with
are
everything
here.
going on, it is a little bit.
Something else
Some
that's
people
been
are on
weird
edge.
going on.
Yeah.
I think
Last
around the holiday season, it said that the veil between the spirit world and our world is thinner
Yes.
around Christmas time. And I was doing a ghost tour where I usually am the other night, and activity lately has been sparking up. I was in front of that house I was talking about a couple weeks ago with you guys, the Peyton Randolph house.
Yep.
And we were in front of there, and they have candles in the windows for Christmas. The museum puts those in there. All of them in the first floor of the house. I was outside the house. I watched all of them snuff out, just below the blink of an eye. And then we took pictures, and there were these bluish orbs, which some people are seeing the drones. They're describing they look like that, like this bluish orb stuff.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
I don't know, and I know that house is demonic, so that's I don't know.
Well, here's what my thing. If aliens are real, which I believe they are, and if they want to make contact, they know where I live. They can come and land right in my backyard. I'm not going to give it on the air here, but they can come right. I got a pretty big backyard. They're going to come in. I'll give them a cup of coffee. Have an American.
That's where all our complaint letters go to.
Yeah, all the complaint letters go to my house. But the thing is, I really do want to see an alien. I want because, and people will say, people say these stupid things. Like they say, oh, that'll devastate religion as we know it. No, it won't. Why would that devastate? You ever see the different creatures on Earth, like the platypus, a duck-billed platypus? All these species we never even noticed in the sea. God created all those things, and we don't think twice about it.
Or mermaid demons.
Or mermaid, even a mermaid.
I agree.
That could be real. So the thing is, why couldn't God have created aliens?
Oh, I think that there's a relationship
He
there.
created
Absolutely.
them. God, because it's just BS stuff about aliens created Jesus Christ. No.
No.
Aliens didn't create us. Aliens didn't. God created everything.
God created everything.
Yeah.
I mean, but there could be a DNA. I'm not saying, but it could be a DNA connection.
Yeah, I think we might have foreign DNA and alien DNA mixture in us. There could be aliens walking among us. There's times when I think
I don't know.
And remember, anyone who's listening to this,
I work with a few.
are you done?
I think there's one.
Anyone
Sorry,
who's,
everybody Wade's talking right now.
anyone who's listening to this and has fear, just recognize that it is you're not knowing the truth that's causing the fear. So just know that I'm scared of stuff I don't know, and that's where it comes from. You kind of get a grip on it. Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like-
and also,
We're all in the same boat.
I agree with
I
Wade.
kind of think the aliens.
Why are you looking at it? I do agree with you.
I think the aliens will be I think they might be friendly when they come. We don't know. for
Did you
sure.
read my mind?
Yes.
And there's more than one type of alien too.
Oh yes, and
There's
if
the
this was
Greys,
reptilian, we'd already
There's
know
the
it
Greys,
because
there's
we'd be having the
the
National Guard
hybrids.
come out.
There's the hybrids. There's I forget the name of the other one.
Palladians.
Palladians or something like that.
Yeah,
There's a
Palladians.
lot of different ones, and I think.
But you know, the
we're gonna
Palladians
know.
wouldn't have like physical objects. They would come in a light ship. They wouldn't come and vibrationally, and they would cloak themselves too. They look
Well,
like
we don't
clouds.
know. We
and all.
don't really know for sure what
If they're
like,
Palladian, but if they're reptilian, yes, they would have
I-
mechanical
I
devices.
really think that we're going to know
Oh,
very soon.
that's your
I really think
Oh,
we're on the verge of the
yeah.
end times. I really do.
Of what?
We're on the verge, in my opinion, of the end times.
Oh yeah,
As,
I believe so.
as a
I-
Bible believer and a
Yeah.
follower of Jesus, there's a lot of signs going on right
No,
now.
I agree. Spencer, I agree with you. I've been saying that myself. And I'm right with you there when it comes to that.
Somebody said it's the
Yeah.
Kardashians.
Freedom, Dennis. Thanks, Phil.
All right, Dennis. Hey,
Spencer,
Spencer, thanks for calling in, bud. Gotta let you go.
No problem.
Oh,
Thank you.
always a pleasure. Thank you.
No problem. God bless.
God
God
bless.
bless you. So,
Dennis. That's Freedom, Dennis. Dennis the
freedom.
Fool.
So it's almost 9:00. So anybody else want to call in? We welcome your phone calls to come in. I know Dan's having a little problem answering.
The call came through.
The call came through. He says, "I see something from
Yeah,
Sandy
you were
Mary.
just talking
Hi.
to Spencer.
Hi, Tony. Hi, Sandy. I hope you're all right. Hope you're
Is
good.
that Sandy Hunt?
No, Sandy Mary.
Oh, Sandy Mary. Hello,
Hi,
Mary.
Sandy. How are you?
Rob is on. Rob just said, "Oh man."
Oh, we got another call coming in.
Another call coming.
Hey.
Yes. The call there.
Hey.
Thank-
Welcome to Secret Light of Supernatural. Who are we speaking with?
Well, I think you know who I am.
Okay.
No, Tony. How are you guys?
Tony.
Oh, Tony. How you doing,
Tony, I
Tony?
ate your lasagna for like 3 days after that. I took it to work. I
He
hit
loved-
I'm
he
doing
loved-
good. How are you guys doing?
I didn't have a slice of the lasagna.
That's okay.
Chris ate it all.
I
I
ate
did.
it all. I'm not even kidding.
I did. It was very good.
Very good.
I took the lasagna, the leftovers. I took it home and I hid it in the
I
refrigerator
heard all about
at work. I hid it at work and Shay got mad. I had to
it.
bring
No, I heard all
You
about
did,
the
good.
lasagna story.
it.
So what's up, Tom?
I expect that every
Well,
year.
My
That's it.
boys both own drones, and when they're up in the air, they can go up as high as almost 400 feet, and you can hear them.
Yeah, they're loud.
They're saying that they can hear these drones, which one person was outside filming a drone, one of them, and you can hear it.
How
The
big
other
are
problem I have is these things are so sophisticated that if you get too close or if they realize somebody's on them, they go dark and disappear.
That's what I mean.
That
Yeah.
It's like stuff that we don't know about that can happen. You know?
exactly. Let me put it this way. The government, if they knew something about it, just say, hey, look, we're testing whatever,
Right.
instead of having everybody do conspiracy theories.
Right.
Right. So what that tells me, Tony, is that the government knows what they are, but they don't want us to know. And that-
Exactly.
Like they're alien spacecraft, or because if they were military, they'd have stopped flying them or flown
yeah.
somewhere else, or they'd have said, "Look, we're just
Or they
like you
just
said,
would have said
we're
we're
just
testing."
testing some stuff. Don't worry about it."
Right.
But they're not even saying that. So because the truth hurts, you know what I mean? They don't want to say the truth, which is they're alien spacecraft, and we know it. We're working with them, or whatever.
Exactly. And they don't want mass hysteria either.
Right, which is
Yeah.
going to happen anyway because disclosure, they're doing it gradually. So get us like numb to the fact or get us so used to the fact that it's no longer too frightening when they actually do make real contact with us, you know?
Well, do you know what gave the government away?
What?
Is when they made the comment on TV that they're flying legally. There's nothing illegal about them flying. Problem. It's a no-fly zone with drones over military installations.
Yes.
Well, we know that. Yeah, that's true. And what about when they came across the Atlantic and
You want to coast
you know
guard
they
ships.
came across from international waters into ours.
That's the Coast Guard. The Coast
Right.
Guard's supposed to be checking that out. But as far as that, I know there were a couple of guys from New Jersey on the beach that said they watched these drones come across
Mhm.
from the ocean to the mainland.
I'm telling you, something
So-
real weird is happening here. It's
Yeah,
it's unexplainable.
very weird.
It's not explainable, Tony. Because like I said, like you heard me on the podcast, why if it was a foreign adversary, say it was Russia or China, they're gonna send 50 drones to one location?
Yeah, exactly. And
Come
it's
on.
right here on the East Coast, but then again, they were over in California too.
Right. So I don't believe it's a foreign adversary because just send one to San Francisco, send one to LA, send one to New York.
Right.
What is this? 50 of them hovering in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Exactly like you said about the balloon. The balloon went all the way from Alaska all the
Right.
way across the United States before they shot it down.
Right. So
I mean, that's the whole thing.
And we haven't
now they're
heard
saying-
any intel on that one either after they shot it down. And how long has that been?
Well, the only thing that I know is that they were transmitting pictures and video, and it was going to China.
yeah, that's what I figured.
You're right.
That's
China-
I found that out.
I think China, by the way, but I love Chinese American people, and I love Chinese people, but the government of China, they're out to get
the
us.
government, China.
They're out to
Right,
get us.
right.
The government doesn't like us. They want to take over.
No, I
They
feel
want to take.
sorry for the people.
Yeah,
I feel
me
sorry
too.
for the people that have to live under it.
Yeah, me too, for sure. And
You
Russia
know?
and the Russian people are good people too. They're very nice
Yep.
people, very friendly,
Yep.
very emotional, very sympathetic people. Until you
No, I
start
know.
until you start to get to the Russian government, like they're nuts.
Exactly.
They want this power hungry
Exactly.
shit.
You know, you
I know.
you said all of you said something that's a clue. First, the coast, the East Coast and California
And the West
are getting a lot of California and all, Oregon are getting a lot
Right.
of this drone activity. So it sounds to me like they're coming from the oceans area, not Midwestern Missouri.
Right. And plus, we don't have any drones that can fly for 6 to 7 hours straight,
Right.
And
Right.
back.
and we don't have them that size. There is laws and regulations because my oldest is certified to fly,
right.
and in order to fly them, they have to be a certain size, certain everything, and you have to fly with the lights on.
Yes.
Right. And these lights shut off when they're
Right.
spotted.
Exactly.
And don't forget, if they're seen over Fairfield, Connecticut, they've got to go back.
Yeah. Well, Fairfield, Greenwich, and somebody said Enfield, Connecticut.
Well, we're gonna want our taxes paid by then when we get it.
I mean, Fairfield. I mean, I live in Fairfield.
Yeah.
These are flying.
Well,
over the house.
Dan was about what, a mile from the train station?
About a
If
mile
that.
from the
Not
train
even that,
station.
maybe.
Right.
Yeah. I'm 10 minutes away from the airport.
Yeah, if anybody should see him in Connecticut, you guys should see him. With Bradley Airport and everything.
Because we're 10 minutes from there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's to the point now where people, which kind of makes me nervous because what goes up comes down. I'm worried people are going to start shooting them out of the air.
Well, I think they're already talking about it. I think,
Well, if they
there
keep it up-
have already been attempts to do that
I think
already.
if they keep it up, though, Tony.
Well, let's
they
just
keep-
hope that these bullets don't come down and hit somebody else. That's the big problem.
well,
I just hope that if they do shoot one down, it's in a safe area. If somebody does finally do it, because there's too many
Well, the
incidents, and then
right,
find out what it
government-
is. Why can't we just? Why can't the U.S. military just? That's why it's not. That's why they know what it is.
something's
Yeah.
not right.
They have drone killers.
Yeah, and they know what it is.
Military
That's why
has drone
they
killers.
didn't even try to shoot one down out of all the side. Come on.
And,
Yeah,
and we're citizens and we know this, and you telling me the Air Force doesn't know more than we do?
Right.
They know.
They know.
But another thing too is they can't track them. They
So-
can't get any frequency off of them.
That's what they're saying.
Yep,
If
they
that's
can't
true,
do it.
That's what I mean.
So
It's
that,
got to be something
again,
not
is
from us.
illegal.
It's got to be from us.
Yeah.
So if the government doesn't want people to take this into their own hands, freaking shoot one down or take them out of the air. Enough of this crap.
Yeah, I'd say take one down and let's see what it is. You
Yep.
know immediately if it was human made or not. First that's the first thing you'd
Exactly.
realize by the metal kind of metal it is. Second, is it Russia? Is it somebody else? If it's not foreign, if it's not alien.
I mean, I had somebody from Alabama say, "Come on down my way. You won't last 2 minutes because we'll take you out."
It won't down south. No, they'll take
They-
you down
they'd kill-
right
shoot-
away.
Yeah, they would.
They'll take them down and be like bird hunting to them.
Yeah, I don't blame them either.
No,
I'm
mean,
wondering if they still fly even during a rainstorm or snowstorm, and that's just a cloaking device.
And this is starting to spread. Like, we got somebody that just commented. It's like drone sightings now in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, it's all over the place.
Somebody just
People
commented?
just don't look up in the sky as much as they should.
That is so
If you-
true.
You know, start looking up, you're going to be catching all these things. But we're always so in tune to looking down or looking
Right.
straight across. We're
Right.
not looking up.
True, you're right.
Well, I mean, I look up all the time. I mean, I possibly
Right,
could have
so
seen
do I.
these and not, put two and two together.
Well, now I'm always looking up when I,
You know, there's some weird shit that flies over my house, and
Yeah, I've had some crazy stuff too over our house. We've had Starlink. We watched that go over the house a few times.
Oh wow.
I mean, we've had quite a few things come over.
Have you
'cause
seen
it's dark
Starlink?
where I am,
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Is it? Yeah.
so
What's it
we
look
can
like?
see a lot in the
Just-
sky.
A star,
But-
like
This whole thing with them
Planes.
going over, especially military installations.
but all in a
Yeah,
line.
And,
yeah.
when they,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Right.
that's
Like-
what
like
kind
in
of
a
gave
star.
it
Who
away
is it? Is
to
that
the
one?
government does know what's going on. because
Excuse
you
me,
can't tell
Tony.
me-
Tony, excuse me. Tony speaking.
Yeah,
your cousin.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Tony,
We had a side
that was
conversation
rude.
going on.
Tony, I'm sorry. Oh,
Please continue.
Listen, please.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Tony.
What I'm saying is that
Definitely.
the government's going to sit there and tell us, oh, there's nothing to worry about. There's no threat. Well, if you know there's no threat, but then in the same sentence you're saying you don't know who, what, where, or when.
Right, right. That's what I thought the same
So
thing.
they're giving too much away. First, they're legally flying over military installations. No, they're not. They're legally flying over reservoirs. No, they're not.
Right, they're not.
And they're not a threat. We don't know where they're from.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where they came up with that. They're not a threat. If they're not a threat, then what are they? Tell us
Exactly.
that. Tell us what they
And
are.
why are they all?
Let's
Why
say
is
you don't know
the-
what it is. and
Why is the
that's not a
government
threat.
defending them?
Right.
There's a
Wait,
good
what?
question.
Why
Was
is the
that way?
government defending them?
Why is the government covering for them?
Because the government knows.
Because the
No,
government
that's what I'm
knows
saying.
Yeah.
that they're
I
alien
mean-
spacecraft. That's why. The thing is this too: if none of them crash, did one of them
No.
crash?
We don't know. We don't know.
No,
yeah,
I haven't heard of any that have crashed. There was one that did crash in New Jersey.
That's what they
but
said. But
yeah, it was a recreational one.
Yeah. So if none of these crash, that's
No, I
another
think people are putting their own drones up to see if they can get a better picture of them.
maybe.
yeah,
But
but
if
some
none-
people are saying that their drones, they put them up there, and when they got too close, that the batteries died and they came right back down.
Yep, that other drone would go dark and disappear.
Right.
It would take off.
So that tells me, not tells me, but
So that's pretty sophisticated.
yeah, it's
On top
kind
of that,
it lends
somebody's
itself
got to be nearby flying these things.
it lends itself to
Because-
me the fact that it could be aliens because
Yeah.
if none of them crash,
It's got a self
they're
defense.
very sophisticated.
Got a
like, you know, like-
self-defense.
They're very
There's not very many UFO crashes, are there? Just that,
Well,
that's
no,
how good they are.
But think about it. My son can fly his drone about 2 miles out and it's got to come back.
That's what I
Oh,
mean. Where
right.
these are seen in California and New York and Connecticut, they've got to go back to, say, the oceans where they came from, and that's 500 miles. So they're traveling
Right.
1,000 miles or 200 miles.
Somebody just
I
said
mean-
Battlestar Connecticut. That's pretty cool.
What's that mean?
Well, right now I know that we have a drone detection system in Connecticut.
We do?
We have that. But if you can't get any kind of a signal off of it, you're not
Okay.
going to get
Right.
it, especially
that-
if it goes dark.
That said
Or
something-
you can't bring them down if you can't get a signal off of it.
Yeah.
that said something right there.
But I do know that the military does have drone killers
Of course they do.
Yeah.
and they can use that. But for some reason, they don't want to unless it's somebody that has it in for our government and somebody's bought and paid for in our government, which, shocker, like that never happens.
If you
we
can't
don't
get
know.
a signal from it, the same. If you can't get a signal from it, right? Because usually
Yeah.
the signals are bouncing off of satellites, right?
Yep.
Now, is there, something
a
out
signal
there
jammer on
that
it.
somebody, adversary put something out in space that,
A signal jammer.
is a signal jammer that we can't, break into that, or I'm just curious, like, there's Starlink and
We
then,
all are.
yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
I mean, even my youngest is in the military. They're not hearing anything.
Nothing at all? Nothing at
Huh?
all? Nothing at all, Tony?
Nothing.
We have ways of making you talk.
Yeah, I mean, we
I'm
got ways
sorry?
to make you talk.
All right, Tony, we gotta let you go. We don't want to get you in trouble.
We're only kidding around.
All right,
Nice hearing from you.
bye, Tony.
Bye, Tony.
All right,
Well-
we'll wait for our next caller. That was pretty cool.
I thought of her today at 3:30.
He did?
I did.
I think I've mentioned her name every day since the lasagna.
Yeah, I know.
I feel bad I didn't have a slice of it.
Very good lasagna.
Oh,
He asked me
I
to.
was
Do you get a
lucky
slice of the lasagna?
I took it all home.
I was lucky enough to get a slice of it. To get
was
a piece
good.
of it.
It was.
You were
Was
lucky.
it good?
It was. You didn't want anything else like that. It was perfect.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's another thing. Anybody have any photos?
All right. Listen, I got
Video.
another call coming in. If I don't answer it,
Christ.
Watch your mouth.
easy. Welcome to Seekers of the Supernatural. Who are we speaking with?
Minister Timothy.
Minister Timothy, how you doing?
How can we help
Doing
you?
Pretty good. A big fan of Tony Spear. I remember him as a child
Thanks.
growing up,
What about us?
watching his show.
Enough of Tony. What about us?
No, keep talking about Tony. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. Keep talking. No, go ahead, sir.
Oh, I apologize, guys. Dan the man. Hey, I'm a big fan of yours too, but I kind of grew up with Tony Spear and Lauren.
Thank you. Thank you. So, what's up?
Not too much. The one thing that I heard a lot on your show with the drones and stuff, I do believe they're man-made.
Okay.
Why?
And
why
I
is that?
look at history because if you look at the old articles, Tony, you might even remember this. Back in the late 1930s, mid to late 1930s, they had an aircraft that actually showed up that was a UFO that the military was called out for outside of LA.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not to mention the more recent one, they actually decided to make a movie on, which was Chicago O'Hare Airport, which was a mothership that was just outside the airport that actually shut down the airport.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the military. I can't remember. It was military or whoever. FBI was grabbing phones and everything of everybody that was filming that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when it comes down to what's going on now, I do truly believe it's a complete distraction. Ain't no different than the balloons, only they're just using drones the size of cars, which is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So, why do you think they're doing that, though? For what distraction? For what?
Just
knows?
all the stuff that's coming out. If you look just prior to what's going on right now, they actually had a discussion in the U.S. Congress talking about UFOs, and just days after that, we start seeing drones.
True. Yeah. True. But do you think that it could be like slow disclosure of alien? Alien.
And
beings?
and that's the other thing. I think it is more of a truer disclosure. I mean, you got to think, even in the 1940s, Nazi Germany was already messing with the Bell, which had anti-gravity technology. They were already messing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And we had it even back then. I think it was like the late 30s, like 39, 40, and they were messing around with the Bell.
Right.
And we've had that technology ever since. If you think about it, we could have already had the technology now, no different than Nikola Tesla back in the day where he came up with free energy. And they were messing around with that.
Well, so why do you think that we haven't developed the anti-gravity and all that kind of stuff if we have the technology?
Who says that we haven't?
No, but why don't we have
Very simple. Money.
What's the reason?
Money.
He said.
Money.
It's all about greed.
I mean, combustion engines and oil and things like that. You mean?
Think about it. Why are we still using the same technology we had back in the 1940s that, believe it or not, Rocketeer technology, if you think about it, after the World War II, who started NASA or helped start NASA? Two Nazi German scientists that were dealing in Rocketeer technology. And we're still using the exact same thing.
True. That's another point. That's a good point. Good point.
But we do have the technology. The only thing is, it's about, and this is my own personal opinion, I believe this is about just greed and money. That's what it's all about.
I get what you're
They
saying.
have the patents in the patents office of all this other technology when it comes down to anti-gravity and everything. People
And that's
have it.
and
It's
that's
there.
probably like what they're saying is that's probably what you're saying. That's like free energy that what they're using this type of technology.
Right.
And what we're using are fossil fuels, and people are making money off of it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Well, you know what?
I'm just looking at. I apologize, guys. I just had to get on. This is the first time I ever had a chance to even talk or even speak to Tony Spirit because I literally am a big fan.
Well, thank you
I
very
grew
much.
up watching every single one of your shows when you had Ed and Lorraine on.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome, and
Thanks.
that's why I became a paranormal investigator and been doing my own thing ever since.
And
So-
what was your first name?
Minister Timothy.
Minister Timothy. Okay, well, thank you very much for the kind words, and just keep listening to us and stay in contact with us. Okay.
Timothy, you're why we do this. Thank you.
Where are you calling from, Tim?
Currently, right now in Texas. I used to live in Colorado until I moved down here.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, good.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say, anybody, and you can listen to this, Tim, Mr. Tim. Anybody have any photos or stories or pictures of the drones or any UFOs? They can send it to nespr2@yahoo.com. And that's our personal email, NESPR, New England Society for Psychic Research. NESPR, then the number 2 after it, at yahoo.com.
All right.
Hey, God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate the show, and yes, I'm an avid watcher.
Thank
God
you
bless
very
Thanks,
much.
Timothy. We appreciate that.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Minister Tim. Thank you. All right, so we used to wrap it up now.
Yeah.
All right. It's past Tony's bedtime.
All right, Tony's got to get out of here.
That's a lot of interesting.
Tony,
topics.
that's pretty cool because, like you said, he mentioned it. You started this, like Secret of the Supernatural,
That's right.
back in the 90s with Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah.
Was it 90s?
About 97.
97. And here we are doing a podcast, Secret of the
Secrets of
Supernatural.
Supernatural. I just wish Ed and Lorraine were still here to see all this, you know?
Right,
Oh,
right.
they know. They know. They absolutely know.
Good.
How you know?
I know.
He knows
He
exactly.
knows.
Wade
So-
knows.
Ladies and
Smells.
gentlemen,
What's
I just
that
want to
smell?
say that we appreciate you tuning in. I know we were a little like raucous at the beginning, but then again, we wanted to have a little fun too, you know? But we want everybody out
No.
there to know that,
That smells something.
you know, we're thinking of you this holiday season, especially the people who've lost people who maybe need a helping hand. Just be kind to one another, okay? Because that's what it's all about. We're here to help one another. We're not here to help just ourselves. We're here to help humanity, our fellow man. You know, peace on earth, goodwill towards men. You know, we should try to remember that not only during the holiday season, but all year long. You know, I said to my wife today, too bad people couldn't be happy like this all the time, not just Christmas time, you know. So I want you guys to try to do your best to watch out for one another, try to be good, and, you know, remember the golden rule, you know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I think that's a really good rule to live by. But for now, it'll be our last broadcast until the beginning of the year when we'll start a new podcast, probably podcast number 17.
No, it's going to be season 2.
Season 2. This will be
Season 2.
That's going to wrap up
one.
season 1.
Maybe episode 1,
2025.
2025. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate it. That's Dan again. We appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you following us. And we wish you well in the future. And if there is contact, we hope it's a pleasant experience.
All right, everyone, have a great holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Wade,
Enjoy the time now, here and now.
Chris,
Enjoy the holidays, and thanks for tuning in this year.
you all right? You got
Yeah,
it? You got
yeah.
what you want?
No,
So-
that's it.
That's it?
Thank you.
For
Thank you, guys.
Wade, for Chris, for Dan, I'm Tony Spera.
Dan Rivera
Wade Kirby.
Chris.
and
We'd like to
Hoilday.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh, I know you feel Christmas.